Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Hi, I'm Steve Hartley, owner and founder of High Gear Marketing, a digital advertising company focusing on data to help businesses improve market share and drive new customers. Are you tired with the lack of accountability from your current vendors? Are you frustrated with your return on investment? Well, my program is different. You actually don't pay unless you sell something. High Gear Marketing takes all the risk. You have zero to lose. If you're interested, text me at 317-523-4100.
And welcome everybody to IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. I'm Andrew Miles, and joining me today is Caleb Gross as we are live from Cathedral High School as the Fighting Irish take host to the Warren Central Warriors, as the Warren Central Warriors have started off the season 2-0 with a big win against Brownsburg with a clutch block at the end of the game, and then defeated Mount Vernon 67-45. And for Cathedral, they've only played one game where they defeated Covenant Christian 67-28, where they outscored them 21-6 in the second and then 14-2 in the third. And we're going to bring Caleb in here. And Caleb, these are two really impressive teams. You and I, we watched the film, and we were awestruck by the talent that we're going to be able to see tonight. What are your keys to the game for each of these teams to walk away with the victory?
Yes, Andrew, there's great talent on both sides of the court. The keys for Warren tonight, they need to guard the perimeter. In Cathedral's first matchup and their only matchup, they shot 50% from the three. And Jada Wilson, she led the team shooting 75% from the three. The next Warren key is rebound the ball. Cathedral had 14 offensive rebounds in game one, 5 from Taylor Lewis and 4 from Nia Huff.
Yeah, being able to produce second chance opportunities leads to open threes and leads for them, obviously, to get more shots than the opposing team. And we're going to take a break and come back for your Warren Central notes after this national anthem.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Drive home your new Kia from the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland Avenue. We have brand new Kias arriving daily.
Plus, we have a huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from.
And payments as low as $199 a month.
We service all makes and models.
And we'll buy your old car on the spot. Right, Oscar?
Y hablamos español.
Come see us at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland Avenue.
It's not just a car dealership for me. This is my dealership.
Just minutes from anywhere in Indy. Or online at rayskillmanshadeland.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
Hi, I'm Steve Hartley, owner and founder of High Gear Marketing, a digital advertising company focusing on data to help businesses improve market share and drive new customers. Are you tired with the lack of accountability from your current vendors? Are you frustrated with your return on investment? Well, my program is different. You actually don't pay unless you sell something. High Gear Marketing takes all the risk. You have zero to lose. If you're interested, text me at 317-523-4100.
And we are back. And Caleb, we talked about the Cathedral keys of the game. You said they got to guard the perimeter against. They had to guard the perimeter, and then you've also mentioned about the rebounding. What's next for your keys of the game?
Well, for Cathedral, the first thing they need to do is consistent ball movement. As I mentioned before, Cathedral shot 50% from the three-point arc. They live outside in. That is their bread and butter, especially against a tough Warren inside defense led by Isaiah Baxter. The next key for Cathedral is limit fouls. Warren has shot 70% from the free throw line in their first two matchups, so going to the free throw line will not be good for Cathedral. And the next thing and final key for Cathedral is they need to limit turnovers. Warren has 11.5 steals and is great in transition, Andrew.
They are really good at taking the ball away. They're averaging 11.5 steals per game. And for us, we've been really impressed with Dania Jacobs, as she almost had a triple-double in the last game in their big win against Mount Vernon, where she had 15 points, 7 steals, and 11 rebounds. What can't she do for her team?
No, she is a threat, 3 and D. She's averaging 16.5 points on the season, 7.5 rebounds, and 4 steals.
And for this Warren Central team in their last game, we talked about it, they had 4 players in double digits in their victory. But then we look to the other side with Cathedral. They are led by 1 player, and that is the spectacular Layla Gold. Going into her senior year, Caleb, she's already part of the 1,000 Points Club. She played 2 seasons at Park Tudor, where in 33 games, she almost averaged 20 points at 19.9. And then last year, she averaged 15.4 in her first year with Cathedral. She's a part of the Indy Star Superstar team this year alongside Warren Central's Isaiah Baxter. We're going to see 2 really good players. But for us, for Cathedral, it looks like it might be 1 player that's going to do most of the damage. While for Warren Central, it might be a whole team that they have to play.
Yeah. As for game 1, Layla Gold, she had 28 points. While it was a lopsided game, the starters may not have got some action and some points, so we might see more involvement tonight all around for Cathedral. While I still think for Warren, those 4 key players, Dania Jacobs, Isaiah Baxter, Paige Highball, and Sanaa Thomas, we will see them all perform well tonight. It's just going to be a battle of 2 top-tier teams in Indiana.
Cathedral in the white, Warren Central in the black, as Cathedral wins the jump ball. Layla Gold fadeaway jumper. It's off the back rim, and it's being tipped away and knocked out of bounds by Abby Beasley. So that's how we start. It was Layla Gold jump shot just off. No rebound for anyone. And 8 seconds in, and Warren Central will get the ball.
Yes, Andrew, we do know Layla Gold will be forcing up a lot of shots today, as she shot 40% from the field, 8 of 20.
Looking at a Warren Central team that's trying to get back to being the state perennial. And there's a nice feed down low for an easy basket for Isaiah Baxter.
As you see, Isaiah Baxter getting involved early. She's averaging 15.5 points and 11.5 rebounds.
Jacobs gets the steal, and it got knocked back to a Cathedral player. There's a left-handed layup, and it's good. What a nice adjust by Abby Beasley. She looked like she was trying to pass and realized she had no option, and then tossed it up and got 2 points.
We didn't hear that name much game 1.
Baxter attacks, and she puts it in. 4 points already for number 4, Isaiah Baxter. And she attacked baseline and a nice floater. And it's 4-2 early for the Warriors. They get down low to Lewis. Lewis kicks it back out. Thought about taking the 3 there. They get back down to Lewis. So Gold, and she go for underneath layup, but couldn't finish it. She's going to dribble it back out. So a missed shot, but then a rebound for Gold. Again, she had 28 points in her last game. She pulls up, kicks it out. Beasley down low to Klein, and Klein gets it poked away. There's another steal from Warren Central.
Yep.
11.5 steals coming into this game through the first 2. Baxter attacking with her left hand. She puts it up, and she misses it off the back rim. She almost scored all 6 points already for Warren Central. Here comes Gold, going coast for coast, and she is fouled. And that is something she's really good at, Caleb. Not only is she good at scoring the basketball, she's very good at getting fouls and getting to the charity stripe for some easy buckets.
Yes, for their win over Covenant Christian, she got to the line 14 times and shot 9 of 14.
That's a pretty solid percentage.
Yes.
That's one way to get to 1,000 points pretty quickly, is if you can knock down your free throws.
Relatively easy.
Gold puts the first one in. But so far, Warren Central has already gotten a couple of steals. One of them already from Jacobs. And she had an assist to Baxter, who's open back door. And both free throws are good. First one was clean. The second one had a little roll, but a friendly roll. A shooter's touch from Layla Gold. Layla Gold, when she was talking to the Indy Star for the preseason, and she just knocked it away, talked about how her brother, a sixth grader, would guard her and knew all of her moves. Down low, Klein leaves it short. Rebounded by Baxter. Baxter, 2 games, 2 double-doubles. She averaged a double-double in her last 2 seasons and will be headed to the University of Ohio next season. Beasley to Gold. Gold being guarded by Baxter. Both are 5'11". Both are deemed to be D1 players. Gold has an offer from Indiana State. The sycamore is over at Terre Haute. And then Baxter is going to the University of Ohio with the Bobcats. Get down low to Gold. Gold double team. Fadeaway jumper. And it's a little bit too strong. Rebound picked up by Imani Benson. And we talked about it a little bit, Caleb. Benson had a big play. Here's a corner 3 by Highball, and it's no good. But Benson had that big play against Brownsburg to get the win.
Yes, she did. It was a free throw attempt missed by Denia Jacobs that led to the Brownsburg transition, drive into the paint, and Imani Benson had the clutch block to give Warren the win.
And that's a way to start the season. At home against a very good Bulldogs team. Actually, was on the road against the Bulldogs. Gold attacking. Ball stripped away. High ball. Racing after it. She goes up with the right hand, and it is good. And that's something you talked about, Caleb, in your keys to the game. Cathedral's got to protect the basketball so it doesn't lead to easy transition points for Warren Central. And right there, it paid dividends for the team as Paige Highball was the recipient of the play. Even though it was a nice defensive effort from Jada Wilson to race down the floor. But when you wear the number 24 and Kobe's your idol, you have to give 110% on every play. It's just the rules of wearing that number.
Yes, you do, Andrew. And focusing on those turnovers, Cathedral had 11 turnovers in game 1, so limiting them against a tough Warren defense is going to be crucial.
Nice move and a nice finish by Abby Beasley. Faking out everybody in the student section, the defending student section champs, getting after it over there. 6-6 is the score. We're halfway through the first. Ball is on the ground as Thomas was able to wrestle it away, but it's stolen. Here comes Beasley. She goes up, leaves it short. A nice contest. Klein gets the rebound. Ball being tipped away, and it's won by Lewis. Lewis double teamed, and there is going to be the second foul of the game. Both fouls are on Warren Central as they got it on Denia Jacobs, a player you don't want to get in the foul trouble early.
No. That is the bread and butter for Cathedral. They live outside in, as most coaches would want to say, live inside and out. But they shot only 20% from inside the arc while also shooting 50% from beyond the arc.
8 for 16 in their lone game this year against the Covenant Christian Warriors, where they won 67-28. And that's something you and I had talked about looking at the stats, is even though the starters didn't have a whole lot of stats to look at, but when you outscore a team 14-2 in the third quarter, you don't really need your starters out there for the rest of the game, especially in a long season. Lewis being guarded tightly. She goes up, goes for the bank, and the bank is not open, I guess, on Tuesday nights. Baxter cleans up the rebound. Baxter's already grabbed 11.5 rebounds through the first 2 games, getting close to 600 career rebounds. High ball gets blocked. Rebound by Imani Benson. It was attacked by Jacobs. Jacobs a little bit long. Benson gets another rebound, and they just can't put it in the basket. See, the thing is, Caleb, when you buy these baskets, you have to take the lid off of them. And the timeout called by Cathedral, and we are going to take a timeout with them. With 3:08 to go in the first quarter, your score is knotted up at 6-6.
I bought a 2020 Kia Telluride. It's amazing. I love how spacious it is. I can fit all of my children in there as well as all of my signs for my job. The customer experience here is top notch. They are super quick, get me in, whether it's an oil change or anything else, and make sure that I am well taken care of.
Welcome back to IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Happy to have you with us, Andrew Mild and Caleb Gross from Cathedral High School. We're tied at 6-6, and thus far, Cathedral has been doing a decent job of protecting the basketball. Of course, it's going to happen when you're facing a tough 2-3 zone from Warren Central, who's known at poking the ball away. But when you have so many veterans like Cathedral has, they're going to be able to have nice chemistry. Here's the attack baseline, kick out to Gold at the free throw line, and a friendly roll, that's good. Look at this senior veteranship paying off.
Yes, as you mentioned, the chemistry is perfect for Cathedral as they have almost their entire team returning.
Ball stolen by Cathedral. Here comes Layla Gold, she's bringing it up. Zone forms strong for Warren Central just in time. They get it to Klein. Klein out to a new player, it appears. And Jacobs with the rebound. Jacobs push it for a fast break. They have 3-on-2, and they're going to say there's a foul before the shot.
And when you talk about experience, Andrew, Cathedral has 4 seniors, 3 juniors, and 3 sophomores on their team. No freshmen.
No freshmen. And even last year, they only had 1 freshman that got playing time, and that's been Abby Beasley, who scored 4 of the 8 points already for the team as Nia Huff checks in. And the foul goes on Reagan Gilmore, who came in after the timeout called by Cathedral. Corner 3, and it's good! Nia Jacobs, corner 3. She splashes it home after she had a big game where she had 15 points against Mount Vernon, splashing in 2 threes in that game. Gold, she's trying her hand at 3, and it's off. There's a battle for the rebound, and the point guard, Sanaa Thomas, comes up with it. Thomas back to Jacobs. Jacobs trying for a hot hand, and it's long. Thomas with the rebound. She gets it to Benson. Benson puts it up, and it looked like he got tipped. Gold gets the board. Here she comes. She has a lane. She goes up, and she's fouled by Benson.
Once again, Andrew, Gold is going to the line.
This will already be her second trip to the charity stripe. You're right. Again, 28 points in her last game, 9 for 14 from the free throw line. She's 2 for 2. Make her 3 for 3 now. Substitution as Danelle Jacobs comes in for Sanaa Thomas. And Danelle Jacobs, although she's a freshman, Caleb, she's already had a very good start to her high school career with the Warriors. And that one is just off. The spin of the ball caused the ball to come out of the orange cylinder. So we still stay at 9-8. Good start to the game thus far. They're swinging it around. Here's a 3. And Jacobs splashes it home. Danelle Jacobs says, well, that looked like fun. I'm going to have my shot. And she puts it in.
Just as you said, Danelle Jacobs, the freshman, she's been involved early for this game and the 2-0 start for Warren.
Rebound by Klein, and she battles for it, and they're going to call for a jump ball. And belongs to the Warriors. Well, Layla Gold even last year had a rough one against Warren Central in a very fun game, it appeared. 49-46 was the final score. The biggest difference was stealing the basketball, and that's something that Stacey Mitchell has really brought to the team since he came in 2015 to helm a Warriors squad that was what we would call rebuilding. And they're saying 3 seconds in the lane on Benson, ball going to Cathedral. But 2018, this team went all the way, won the state championship against Zionsville at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, now called Gamebridge, which I still have to make an adjustment to that. Second year being called that, where the Pacers call home, so is the Indy Fever. Klein with the fake, She sends it outside. Ball tipped into the air. There's a battle for the ball. Body's hitting the ground. And another jump ball going to be called. And this one's going to belong to the Irish. As Taylor Lewis goes to the scorer's table, she'll come back in. But Stacey Mitchell, a UT Martin graduate, and when he won the state championship, he became the first African-American to win a state title in the state of Indiana. As he continues to make the Warriors a dangerous team. We've already heard the stats and how well coached that they are. Lewis down low. Sends it over. Here comes Gold for a three. And it's good as gold! 12-12. Back and forth we go from Cathedral. Three ball. It's off. Benson, rebound, tosses it off the side of the backboard. And that's how the first quarter will end. 12-12. Caleb, it was a fun one.
Yep. Just as you said, last year's matchup was a close game, being a three-point matchup, if I don't believe. And I think this one is going to turn out the same way.
We're going to take a quick break as both sides head to their benches as you're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Second quarter getting started. And Caleb, what did you see in that first quarter that you really liked from both sides?
Both sides, I love the hustle, and I love the defensive intensity. Warren came out in the 2-3 zone just as Cathedral, but Cathedral struggled early to figure it out. But with that last three-point shot by Layla Gold, it seems like they have a little bit more rhythm and a lot more ball movement going.
12-12's the score with Layla Gold, the star player of Cathedral, scoring 6 points. 3 of them from the line and hit a three-pointer. Dania Jacobs lost the ball, and they're going to call her for a travel. May even got her for a double dribble in that instance. And here comes the press. You talk about defensive intensity. The Warriors going to move the front line up and start challenging Cathedral. Gold gets it in to Beasley. Beasley had a good first quarter with 4 points, both at the rim, inside the 10. Good intensity. Gold now has it, trying to find Lewis, resetting the offense. Now she attacks the paint, going through a fadeaway, and it's off. And she's not happy with herself as she clapped her hands together as she retreated back. Jacobs in the corner. She made one earlier from there. Try to get it to Jacobs, and it's stolen away by Beasley. Jacobs knocks it down. Beasley regains it. Nice move. Nice crossover from Beasley. Beasley being guarded toughly. Gold against one of the best defenders in Dania Jacobs, who's denying Layla Gold an entry into the paint. Crossover, goes up, and there's another foul. And this one could either go on Baxter or Jacobs. We'll see, but either way, this will be the third time in which Layla Gold has gone to the line. And this will be free throws attempts 19 and 20 already in the season.
And coming into this game, Andrew, this was the matchup we were looking for. Dania Jacobs versus Layla Gold. The offensive prowess versus the defensive anchor.
That is now 7 points for Layla Gold. Substitute coming in, it's Candace Hollins. And then Paige Highball rechecks in, and Paige Highball, that's a player we haven't really had a chance to talk about yet, but she is a dangerous three-point shooter. You put her in the corner, she's going to drain it. She went 3 for 4 in their win against Mount Vernon for a total of 13 points in the game.
Yes, and she also went 5 for 8 total in the first 2 games, shooting 63% from the 3 on the season.
Foul is called on Taylor Lewis, saying that she pushed Candace Hollins. Just the second foul on the Irish. Jacobs tried to shoot it in the corner. She attacks, goes up, and she hits the ground hard. And now bodies are hitting the ground, and a jump ball is going to be called after both Candace Hollins and Catherine Klein tied it up. We talked about Stacy Mitchell, but let's talk about Lisa Finn, as she has been coaching the team since 2019, and she was a pretty good basketball player in her time. She was at Huntington University, won Miss Indiana in 1996, was a 1995 state champion, and then went on to play 4 years at Valpo University. And Jacobs leaps above everyone, gets the steal, and you're going to hear Denia Jacobs and steal a lot in the same sentence.
This defense for Warren has began to up their intensity, coming out into the second quarter with a full court press, and then their 2-3, while they also switch into a 3-2 zone, if you haven't noticed, Andrew.
Just throwing whatever they can. Nice pass by Jacobs, down low by Benson. Benson loses it, and Benson went for the shot, but it got blocked, it appeared, by Layla Gold. But still going back to Lisa Finn, played at Valpo University, and she's now been the head coach of this Cathedral team since 2019. And if you haven't noticed by looking at your screen, there's a lot of state championships that go around this gym, but I do not see women's basketball. Another block by Layla Gold. She sends that one back on Paige Highball, and just right now, Layla Gold, is having a block party down low. Substitutes coming in, Sanaa Thomas and Asaya Baxter. So Warren Central will throw it from underneath the basket. They're down 2 points. They get to Denia Jacobs. Jacobs attacks Lewis, and they're going to call a foul on Jada Wilson. Just been a lot of underneath the basket plays for Warren Central. Feels like we've been down there for forever. Looks like it was the same play. Denia Jacobs going into her bag, makes a nice movement, and puts it in around Layla Gold. Wow. Not only can she steal the basketball, but she can also score it.
Warren Central, Andrew, is shooting 50% from the field and inside the arc on their first 2 games. In comparison to Cathedral, Cathedral lives outside in, Warren is living inside out.
Seeing 2 types of offenses in the game as Catherine Klein gets called for travel. So again, the intensity of Warren Central's defense coming through, not only in the steals department, but also just forcing turnovers on the other team, as Klein took too many steps before her dribble. Jacobs lost the ball, and Candace Hollins picked it up, and she lays it up. There's a lead for Warren Central. Nice move, floater, gets left short. It's an air ball, rebounded by Highball. Highball lost the ball for a moment, gets it to Denia Jacobs. Jacobs sends it to the other side. Thomas open for a 3. You know it! 3 points for number 3, and there is a 7-0 run by Warren Central. They have built a 5-point lead as Lisa Finn and her Fighting Irish are going to burn a timeout. You're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Don't go anywhere.
I drive a 2022 Telluride Nightfall Edition. I love it. So when we found out we were having twins, we knew we needed a bigger car with a 3rd row. So the Telluride with the captain's chairs fits perfectly with our family. It gets great gas mileage. Actually, we went to Holiday World and got averaged about 29 miles a gallon. I like the lane keep assist because sometimes kids can distract you and you're not noticing what you're doing, and it beeps at you if you are getting too close to the lines. Ray Skillman Kia is my store. I'll never go to any other store. Can you say, I love Kia?
Kia.
Say I love Kia. Yay!
Seven 7-0 run for Warren Central. Cathedral coming out of the timeout, just trying to figure out something on offense. And high ball knocked it away from Wilson momentarily, but Jada Wilson was right on top of it. Klein to Gold, getting guarded by Baxter. Lewis was at the elbow, had nothing there. Cathedral just taking their time. That's a bad pass. Jacobs steals it away. 3-on-1. Jacobs blocked. That's Jada Wilson. They recovered it, and then the ball deflects off of Jacobs. So Jada Wilson has a turnover, then has a hustle play to get the ball right back. Talk about hard work. She puts it on her Twitter account, and she chucks up a three, and it's off to the right. But Jada Wilson is a hard worker, Caleb.
Yes, she is. She works hard on and off the court, as she has 4.0 GPA, Andrew.
She's a sophomore guard. Wears the number 24 in honor of Kobe. She's averaging 11 points this year and has been a knockdown shooter for this Fighting Irish team. There's a three from Jacobs, and it was short. And there's a late foul by Candace Hollins that came crashing in and knocked down Layla Gold, who's slow to get up. But Gold is tough. She's grabbing the top of her left leg. I don't think Layla Gold has even come off the court to start this game. We're going to take some time. We're halfway through the second quarter. Thanks for joining us. Andrew Mild and Caleb Gross. Cathedral Fighting Irish down 5 to Warren Central. A very good Warren Central defense, and then they're very good three-point shooting ability. Sanaa Thomas knocked down the last three for Warren Central to get down low. Nice ball movement. Lewis out to Beasley. Klein, Gold in the post. She fades away, and it's good. That's a 2K roll.
That is great ball movement for Cathedral, and exactly what you want to do for the 2-3 zone. You want to swing it on the outside, attack the middle, and look for a mid-range shot.
Tossed up by Baxter. Gold with the rebound, then bumps into Baxter. The numbers, Gold, pull up three, and it's off. But a rebound by Beasley. Beasley goes up, and it's good! And the foul! Benson will get the foul, but what a strong finish by Abby Beasley.
That whole play started by Layla Gold pushing it in transition, not letting the tough Warren defense get set up.
Baxter out. Hollins back in. But you're right, and even Baxter took a tough hit, and that's why she's hanging off the floor. She was way behind the play, as Beasley can't hit the rebound, can't complete the three-point play. Rebounded by Warren Central. As Hollins picked up her dribble. Sanaa Thomas gets it to Hollins. Hollins attacks, puts up with her left hand, and somehow arcs it in. A prayer from Candace Hollins. She's on the board.
And as you said, two different style of defenses here. As Cathedral is almost set it up in a football defense with a soft man, but sitting in a 2-3 zone.
You can tell that Caleb Gross likes to play Maddens on his off days. Good report there. Gold tosses it in, has to send it all the way to Beasley, and miscommunication there, and that's going to go out of bounds in favor of Warren Central. Not sure what happened there, Caleb, but it looks as though that Cathedral's still trying to break that zone by a quick ball movement. It wasn't good communication by the team.
Yes, Stacy Mitchell has this defense rowdy. They are going back and forth from a 2-3 to a 3-2 zone where Cathedral cannot get set up and find a good set of plays that they can go to.
Baxter comes back into the game. Ball gets tipped by Beasley and goes out of bounds. But the old saying does go, if you allow me to be a little cliche right now, defense wins championships. And that's what Stacy Mitchell has built up, and that's why he has a championship ring. And a timeout by Warren Central. We're going to keep it here. But I've been really impressed with what I've seen thus far from Warren Central. Again, their defensive intensity. But when you're playing a veteran team like Cathedral, you know that eventually they're going to get some buckets on some hustle plays. Layla Gold does look good against this defense. But for Warren Central, what do they need to do to lock down Layla Gold, if there even is a way to slow down the 1,000-point scorer?
Well, As she is in the 1,000-point club and she had 28 points in the season opener, there is no true way to stop Layla Gold. But just as Stacey Mitchell drew it up going into this game, as they change up the defensive play calling, going from the 2-3 zone to 3-2 zone, Cathedral has not found a consistent answer as Warren consistently gets on those 5 to 7-0 runs, but Cathedral keeps fighting their way back to keep it to a 3-score game.
Well, what Warren Central has done really well is knocking down Layla Gold when she gets inside, trying to go to the fadeaway jumper. She's gone to it a few times, and only one of them has gone in. Hollins down low, and that is a travel. Yeah, I think everyone in the gym knew that one. Hollins went to go pass the ball, but realized that that lane was no longer open when she left into the air. 3-point game. Beasley has a strong game, gets to the goal. Gold in the paint, and she puts it in. Layla Gold, what can you say? She's a certified bucket getter. When you have a last name like Gold, you have to be good at shooting the basketball.
Lisa Finn is drawing up perfect plays for her right now inside the arc.
Three-pointer is off by Michaela Tucker. Her first shot attempt of the game. Gold pushing it, getting guarded by Tucker. Spin move, double team. Beasley in the corner. It's too strong. Offensive rebound, stolen away by Thomas. Thank you very much. 4-on-3. Thomas to Baxter. High arching shot. It's no good. Ball on the ground with the 50-50 ball. Cleared up by Catherine Klein. There's a mid-range jumper. It is short. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and it's going to the Fighting Irish. Dana Jacobs is in, and Candace Hollins is out. And another late substitution now. Danelle Jacobs will come in for Michaela Tucker. 1-point game, 1:19 to go in the first half. If you're just joining us, where have you been? It's been a fun first half of women's basketball in the high school division. Happy to have you with us. Gold tosses it in, and Jacobs knocked it away momentarily. Nice pass inside, and it goes out of bounds on Abby Beasley. She got knocked down, and Dana Jacobs, another opportunity by her to cause havoc on the defensive side. One of the best hands in high school basketball in Indiana. So many steals. Thomas pull up three and almost got lodged. Rebound by Benson. She tosses up, left it short. Another offensive rebound. Benson cleans it up. 2 rebounds and 2 points.
The inside presence from Benson tonight has been very noticeable.
She is 5'11", by a lengthy 5'11". Gold has it knocked away by Thomas. There goes Jacobs. She's wide open and a nice stroll down the lane. 2 points, 25-20. The defense again standing tall and proud for the Warriors. They have come to play today. Gold trying to go to the baseline. She's getting double teamed in the corner. She's trying to use her body to get it to Lewis. Lewis to Beasley. Back to Gold. Gold sees the baseline. She attacks. Goes up. And they're going to say it's blocked by Amani Benson. Already talked about how Benson had that big block in the win against Brownsburg to start off the season. 57-56. 15.1 seconds. Layla Gold's going to be tossing it in. Gets it inside to Lewis. Beasley. She sees a lane. She gets fouled. They're going to go. It's going to go on Sanaa Thomas. That's the only thing you can say that Warren Central's defense has not been good at. They've sent Layla Gold to the line 3 times. They sent Beasley to the line earlier. This is her second trip. But in the previous time, it was an and one opportunity. So she's 0 for 1 on the day from the charity stripe.
While they have been to the line a couple times tonight, Warren has not let it been free.
And there was a 1-and-1 opportunity. I thought it was going to be 2 free throws, but it's missed. 5 seconds. They got a rush. Baxter attacks. She tosses it up. It's no good. Ball on the ground, and it's not going to matter. The buzzer has sounded off. And, Caleb, we have a 5-point game going into halftime. That was a fun brand of basketball.
Yes, it was, offensively and defensively, especially from Warren, as their defense has, once again, led by Sanaa Thomas with 2 steals. You don't hear that much often from her. Even though she did have 4 steals against the game in Brownsburg, she is known as the offensive playmaker for this team.
She's been swiping it away. And, of course, Cathedral's led by Layla Gold, who had over 10 points in the first half. We are going to send it to a break. We'll come back and talk about a little bit in the halftime show, so don't go anywhere. It is the Indiana High School Sports.com with Warren Central up 5.
Drive home your new Kia from the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland Avenue. We have brand new Kias arriving daily.
Plus, we have a huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from.
And payments as low as $199 a month.
We service all makes and models.
And we'll buy your old car on the spot. Right, Oscar?
Y hablamos español.
Come see us at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland Avenue.
It's not just a car dealership for me. This is my dealership.
Just minutes from anywhere in Indy or online at rayskillmanshadeland.com.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Hartley, owner and founder of High Gear Marketing, a digital advertising company focusing on data to help businesses improve market share and drive new customers. Are you tired with the lack of accountability from your current vendors? Are you frustrated with your return on investment? Well, my program is different. You actually don't pay unless you sell something. High Gear Marketing takes all the risk. You have zero to lose. If you're interested, text me at 317-523-4100.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
It is halftime from Cathedral High School. You're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. I'm Andrew Mild, and joining me as my color analyst is Caleb Gross. And Caleb, we talked about coming into the game. Layla Gold, of course, was the story. She was the X factor. And we thought to ourselves, we talked about it heading into the game, who was going to be that player that stepped up? Because you looked at the stats, and the stats told a story. Layla Gold, 28 points. In a game where they scored 67 points, she scored more than a third of her team's points. We saw one player actually step up for them in this game.
That player has to be Abby Beasley, a 5'8" sophomore guard. Sophomore, Andrew. She was the only player last year as a freshman to play for Cathedral, and she has stepped it up big tonight, drawing fouls inside and having a couple of strokes from the outside of the arc.
According to her stats from the first game, she had 5 points, 3 rebounds, and 4 assists with 3 turnovers. We saw some of those turnovers come into the limelight for Cathedral, something that you said they needed to work on against Warren Central. But Abby Beasley, she had some great plays as she attacked the lane, set up Layla Gold. She's a great passer. She had 7 games last year where she had 4 assists or more, the most in a win against Cecina with 8 assists in that game. Let's go over to the other side, the visitors of Warren Central. Sanaa Thomas, Denia Jacobs, again, doing what they do best, knocking the ball away and leading the nice, easy points for the Warriors on the other side.
Yeah, you can't also forget about Isaiah Baxter. She's got a couple big rebounds tonight. And Amani Benson, the name that we didn't hear much from that first game other than the big block. She has been big down in the paint with a couple offensive rebounds and a couple putbacks.
Literally and figuratively, she's been big down low in terms of how she's been able to generate offensive rebounds. She had 2 in the same play where she missed her own shot, cleaned it up, and then put it back in. That's something that Warren Central is looking for And you really could see in the first half how Warren Central is a team dynamic. They have so many players that can do so many things well, and they can all rely on one another for that person to keep stepping up. So for me, I was really impressed to see, as you mentioned, in Amani Benson's ability to rebound the basketball. And then, of course, you said with Asaya Baxter and the way she was able to score the ball and get rebounds. But I was also impressed with Warren Central's passing ability. They're going against that 2-3 defense and set up three-pointers for the Warriors in the corner.
Yeah, Danelle Jacobs being one of them, the freshman guard, hit a big three in the left corner early in the second quarter. And not only that, as you said, this team for Warren is all around. They have to be being undersized in comparison to Cathedral, as Cathedral has 4 players standing at 6 foot or 6'1", while Warren, their tallest player, is 5'11", but you may be generous and give that one player to 6 foot.
Yeah, you can round up. I round up all the time.
As long as you put socks inside your shoes, then you might get that extra
Exactly. So, Caleb, you had your keys to the game coming into the game. Now you've seen both sides play one another. What is it going to take for Cathedral to come back into this game and walk away with the victory here at home in their home opener?
I think Cathedral needs to keep attacking the 2-3 zone for Warren, as Layla Gold has found a couple great fadeaway shots inside the arc and at the free throw line. But they can't not go away from their bread and butter. They need to find some three-point opportunities, as they average 67 points per game.
Right.
And they were held to 20. And that's another key for Warren. I think that with a 5-point lead, the game is not over, but Stacey Mitchell has to be happy as you hold a 67 points per game team to only 20.
And now you talked about Stacey Mitchell and Warren Central. What's going to take for Mitchell's team to walk away with a win on the road and move to 3-0 on the young season?
I think that they need to keep switching up their style of defense. Stacey Mitchell came into here going from a 2-3 zone to a 3-2 zone. You want to limit that 28 points per game score in Layla Gold and force an Abby Beasley and a young guard, a sophomore at that, to step up and win.
And I was really excited how that first half went. We're in the halftime. We're seeing Warren Central re-enter the court from behind us. Cathedral should be coming down momentarily. And Caleb, I love what you have to say, and I am so excited to see how this second half goes. I think we're going to see ourselves a dogfight in both defense, and I think we're going to see the two stars really start to poke their heads in Asaya Baxter and Layla Gold. And we're going to take a break, and we should be back with second half basketball from Cathedral High School. Don't go anywhere. You're going to miss a fun one if you do.
Hi, I'm Steve Hartley, owner and founder of High Gear Marketing, a digital advertising company focusing on data to help businesses improve market share and drive new customers. Are you tired with the lack of accountability from your current vendors? Are you frustrated with your return on investment? Well, my program is different. You actually don't pay unless you sell something. High Gear Marketing takes all the risk. You have zero to lose. If you're interested, text me at 317-523-4100.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.
I bought a 2020 Kia Telluride. It's amazing. I love how spacious it is. I can fit all of my children in there, as well as all of my signs for my job. The customer experience here is top-notch. They are super quick, get me in, whether it's an oil change or anything else, and make sure that I am well taken care of.
Both sides are on their benches getting ready for the third quarter. Andrew Mild here and Caleb Groves, happy to have you with us on this journey of women's basketball in IndianaHighSchool.com as the Irish are on the floor in their white uniforms as they were now flipped sides with Warren Central, and they try to figure out how to attack this defense. Sanaa Thomas will start with the ball, so the arrow will be pointing in the direction of the Irish. The next jump ball, Jacobs here from the corner. That's off the back rim. Layla Gold gets the rebound past Imani Benson. They get it down low. Lewis goes up, and it looked like he got tipped by Asaya Baxter. Thomas, now she's pushing it. She attacks, pushes it with the right hand, left it short. Battle for the rebound. Wilson hits the ground hard, and a foul is called on Warren Central. Let's see who it's on. And it's on Sanaa Thomas.
Although Sanaa Thomas has 13 assists through the first 2 games, we've seen her be much more aggressive and be much more of a scorer tonight, Andrew.
You have an open lane, might as well try to score the basketball. As her Cathedral keeps crashing down on her. Get down to Lewis. Lewis is now in the jump ball as Asaya Baxter ties it up. And that ball, as I mentioned, as the quarter started, which was just not too long ago, about 43 seconds ago, it will be Cathedral basketball.
And that is one thing you don't want to do if you're Cathedral, is stall inside the paint. As this 2-3 zone for Warren, they immediately collapse on you.
Well, Gold tried to score around Imani Benson, but Benson contested her toughly and forced the miss. A minute in. No basket just yet in the third quarter. Down wide open is Baxter. Imani Benson also sealed off everybody to allow the easy 2 points for Baxter. And you said it, Sanaa Thomas is a playmaker, and she makes a play right there. Tough shot, good by Layla Gold. When you need a bucket, turn to your best bucket getter, and that's exactly what Cathedral did right there. Another good scoring performance by the senior. Jacobs, 3-ball, good! That was pure. The net didn't even move. The second 3-pointer from Denia Jacobs. Beasley running the point, gets it to Wilson. Back to Beasley. They get it to the side, back up top, and just really playing catch on the perimeter right now. They're trying to get inside, but Imani Benson's making it really tough. Beasley was just dribbling. But look at this defense really step up. They are swarming to the ball. Gold tosses it up. Benson, she is having herself a night. Thomas settles down the offense. 8-point game. Thomas at half court. Gets this pick from Baxter. They send it over. The high ball, and the high ball with the high arcing shot misses. Left it just short.
Although that was a miss, Andrew, Warren continues to attack that 3-2 zone and getting the open shots in the corner.
A foul is called. Gold will go to the line again. Correction, she will not be heading to the line. The foul occurred before the shot. But you're right, though. The Warriors have really been living in the corner, trying to get those open threes, and they're already seeing a couple of those go down. Jacobs knocked one already here in the second half. Good ball movement by the Fighting Irish. And there's a steal by Jacobs. Goes right into her lap, and she somehow kept her 2 feet in bounds. Wilson knocks it away. See the two coaches communicating to their team, two very good coaches in their own aspect. Mitchell's got a ring, trying to add a second one. Lisa Finn's trying to build up Cathedral's basketball program. Missed shot, cleared out by the Fighting Irish. Here comes Layla Gold. Gold, spin move, goes up, and it's blocked by Benson. And for some reason, Nia Huff saved the ball, but for me it looked like it would have been out on Warren Central.
It seemed to me prior to that possession, Andrew, that Cathedral players and coach have a miscommunication on the defense as they come now to a 2-3 zone prior where they were in a 3-2 zone, giving up all the corner threes.
They're trying to settle down corner three, something that Warren Central's done. Denia Jacobs just tosses it up with her offhand and puts the basketball in the basket. Tickles the twine. 10-point lead. Swinging the ball around. Beasley gets down low to Huff. Huff fakes, goes to her right. Beasley, the Gold in the corner now. Gold being guarded by Jacobs. That 2-3 zone is impenetrable right now. Klein, down low to Huff again. Huff being double teamed. Here comes Wilson attacking the lane and puts it up, no good. Gold open for three. It's off. Battle for the basketball. Jump ball. Warrior ball. That Warren Central defense, it started off good, Caleb, but as the game has gone forward, they have turned it up a notch.
Well, being down 10 as Cathedral, they need more ball movement against this zone. They seem stagnant on offense, and they will not break this aggressive and impressive defense for Warren.
Thomas to Benson up top. They're going to line up a three. Jacobs is off. 50-50 ball. Baxter comes up with it. That's another rebound for Baxter. She goes up, and she is strong. She says, "Get off me." And she nicks the twine on the way down. 12-point game. They get it down low. Huff, fade away, and she is fouled. You hear the slap from over here as Amani Benson closed down and slapped Huff.
Huff is one name we have not heard tonight as much, as she had 8 rebounds, though, in the home opener.
9 points, 8 rebounds in that game as she misses the first free throw, and then 1 steal. She went 1 for 2 at the free throw line in the last game. Now she's 1 for 3 on the season. And at least making this 1 for 2. The second free throw is off to the left. Baxter gets the rebound. That's something that we talked about. Warren Central good at free throw shooting. They haven't gone to the line too much tonight, but they haven't had to. The Cathedral has struggled from the line. Nice cut. They get to the corner. Here's a three, and it is short. 2 bodies hit the ground, and Hollins was out of bounds. It was Beasley and Denia Jacobs, both number 11s that hit the floor on the 3-point attempt. Layla Gold brings the ball up. Gets it to Wilson. Haven't seen Wilson shoot a ball just yet. Gold with the between the legs. Back to Beasley up top. Wilson. She makes a nice move using her agility. Back out to Beasley. To Gold. And Gold will draw a reach-in foul from Denia Jacobs. That is the 5th foul on the Warriors, and a timeout being called by Stacey Mitchell and his team. And we will keep it here in a 12-point game with 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Have really seen Cathedral struggle on offense.
Not only that on offense, but on defense. Warren seem to have had their number on both sides of the court. With 2:40 remaining in the third period here, you would think Cathedral would have to come out of that 3-2 zone, as Warren has consistently hit, but not only that, gotten open looks for 3 for all of their shooters.
And one of the favorite parts about watching film with you is that you were breaking down 2-3 zones. You knew exactly what to do with it, and you said it's a lot like how basketball is played. It's a beautiful ballet dance. I'm moving from left to right. Are you really seeing that from the Fighting Irish here through the first 3 quarters?
No, we haven't. Not offensively. The ball movement has been very still and limited in comparison to Warren, where Warren has used seal-off screens, especially for Baxter and Benson inside. As you mentioned earlier, against that 3-2 zone, you end up almost having a 1-on-2 mismatch.
And when you have the height that Warren Central has, that can lead to easy points for Asaya Baxter, and even from Amani Benson, who's had a couple of big boards and a couple of big buckets. Quick inbound from the Fighting Irish after the timeout. Wilson sends it over, and that's going to go out of bounds on Warren Central. I was waiting for the official call, but the referee never pointed in any which direction. First visit ever to Cathedral, I gotta say, nice gym and a lot of green with all the state championships that this respective high school has won in every sort of sport that you can think of.
You can only hope that Lisa Finn can add another one to that wall.
Gold attacks, ball knocked away. Wilson cleans up the rebound, and she is fouled on the way up by Candace Hollins. That's now 5 fouls to none for Cathedral.
This will be the key for Cathedral if they can keep attacking the line, especially with someone like Layla Gold, who consistently gets to the line. Being down 12 free throws will help you a bunch.
The thing is that even though Cathedral's been drawing a lot of fouls, they've struggled at the line early, but Jada Wilson knocks down the first one. Here's a second of her pair.
Jada Wilson is a name that we have not heard much this game.
No. Second one is good. She's a sophomore guard listed at 5'7". A high arching shot, and talks about her hard work, as Caleb mentioned earlier in the game, not only on the court but in the classroom. A 4.0 GPA, a lot better than mine was when I was in high school, Caleb. Foul called on Cathedral, their first foul here in the second half.
You can only hope for Cathedral that Jada Wilson, the three-point specialist for them, can heat up being down 10.
First step's going to try and get her open so she can knock down some of those three-point attempts, as Cathedral hasn't shot too many of them. I don't know if they've even attempted a three-pointer in the third quarter. Warren Central taking their time, up 10 as we're approaching the end of this third quarter. Baxter gets blocked by Huff, and Baxter can't secure the ball. They're rolling around like they're trying to put lipstick on a pig. Beasley, risky pass, but Wilson somehow caught it to Gold. The Gold was getting double teamed there momentarily by Jacobs and Thomas. 1:24 to go in the third. Wilson, cross-court pass. Gold attacking, pulls up. Oh, it is Layla Gold again. 8-point game. Trying to will her team back into it. Get to the end of the third. Warren Central is up 8 points. Thomas gets a screen from Baxter. Tries to get down low. Baxter gets the ball and then runs into her own player. But they're going to call a foul on Huff, it appears. And Huff can't believe it, and neither can Layla Gold. That was definitely interesting, as Baxter caught the ball, went up with it, but ran into her own player in Candace Hollins. And this is the first time when Warren Central has actually gone to the line tonight. They start 1 for 1, so that's easy math for us.
And that was one of the keys coming in tonight for Cathedral, is limiting fouls, as Warren has shot 70% on the year.
It's a good shooting team. It's a good defending team. Second one is no good. Under a minute. Layla Gold getting guarded tightly by Michaela Tucker. 3 ball, no good by Beasley. Amani Benson, of course, comes up with the board. She brought her Windex wiper today. Clean the glass for the Warriors. 33 seconds. Mitchell's team has the ball. Jacobs attacking, sends it over. It's a bad pass. Wilson with the steal. 25 seconds. They're pushing it up. Wilson, long pass completed to Beasley. Back out to Wilson. Got the Gold. Gold attacks, pulls up from inside the arch. No good. Ball poked away. Rule out of bounds. Clock will stop at 12.3 for Warren Central. They have enough time to toss up one more shot.
You could only think that they could draw the play for the corner once again.
Klein with a press. They get it to Baxter. 9 seconds. Baxter kicks it out. Tucker tosses it, and she's fouled. One arm came down and slapped Tucker, and Tucker will head to the stripe for 2 free throws. 9-point game, 4.2 seconds. See how these free throws go for Tucker. Tucker scored 6 points in the win against Mount Vernon. She's averaging 4.5 points on the season, and that's her first point of this game. We go back to a double-digit lead for the Warriors at 36-26.
That was a quick 2 trips to the free throw line under 30 seconds for Warren, and you cannot be undisciplined being down 10 with 4 seconds left.
The second one is good. Sanaa Thomas will come in for the last 4.2 seconds. This might be a prayer for the Fighting Irish. Gold is the only one down here. Press moving up just slightly. Gold dribbling it. We got 1 second. She tosses it with the right hand, and it is off the mark. And that's how the third quarter will end. We go to the fourth and final quarter with the Warriors up 11 while on the road. You're watching Indiana High School Sportsnet.com. Don't go anywhere.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779. Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Well, it's going to take the luck of a 4-leaf clover if the Irish want to get back into it. They're down 11. Andrew Miles, Caleb Gross, IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. Cathedral starts with the ball. They're trailing by 11 right now in the home opener of the 2022 season. Here on November 8th, 2022. Do they have what it takes to make a comeback? Layla Gold being guarded tightly by Thomas. Over to Beasley. Beasley attacking baseline. Ball knocked away by Benson. Here comes Jacobs. Jacobs saw nothing, kicks it to Thomas. Thomas travels. Thomas thought about taking the 3 and then faked out Beasley, but I guess she's going to need some luggage because she is walking. .11 game. Cathedral needs all the luck to go their way right now. They need to find the basketball at the end of the basket, but they also need to get some stops on defense. They had a rough third quarter. They only scored 6 points. Most of them from the free throw line. Beasley gets her pass knocked out of bounds by Denia Jacobs. Denied Denia. Has to be her nickname.
It has to be.
The way that she plays defense. Or call her Swiper. Again, she has a lot of steals. That is a rough pass. And Baxter gets the steal, and then she gets fouled by Taylor Lewis, the junior forward. Taylor Lewis is 6'1", the tallest player in this ball game. She also plays volleyball, and for good reason.
That is another name we have not heard much from.
She played 25 games last year and had 4.7 points and 3.9 rebounds.
She had 5 offensive rebounds in their season opener.
I don't think Cathedral has maybe 1 from Abby Beasley. Talk about Lewis. She gets a rebound. Broadcaster's Jinx paying tuition. And Gold hits the ground. And Gold has taken some hits. But she goes into the paint with reckless abandon against a very good Warren Central team. The original call was Cathedral ball, but it was then changed to Warren Central. Cathedral going to move the press up. 6:27 to go, 11-point game. The Warriors on the road, trying to improve to 3-0. Baxter attacks. It's blocked. Benson hustles and beats 2 Fighting Irish players, and Lewis gets a steal. Here comes Gold. And that ball is knocked by Thomas. Lewis tosses it. It's blocked. Body hits the ground. Wide open is Michaela Tucker. She dribbled back out. Benson against Lewis. And Lewis gets a block. Wow. Taylor Lewis really turning it up here in the fourth quarter. Get to Lewis down low. And Lewis scores. Caleb Gross says you haven't said Taylor Lewis's name enough. She says, then you will say it in these last couple of possessions. With her steals, her blocks, her rebounds, and got her team within 9 points. So now Caleb, the timeout being called by Warren Central, and it looks like Stacey Mitchell is not happy right now. What is making him upset, you think?
Well, being up 11 originally and giving up an easy transition bucket and lackadaisical turnovers is the only way that Cathedral will come back. So if Warren continues this habit, Cathedral will easily fight back into this game, especially with the name from Taylor Lewis that has all of a sudden, with the announcer curse, popped back into this game.
It's like someone lit her on fire, the way she was moving around as she, again, rebounds. She had a couple steals, a block on Amani Benson, and then scored 2 points and put her team within 9 with 5:45 to go. But now you're Lisa Finn. You've seen your team also do the same thing that Warren Central has had and had lackadaisical turnovers where they've thrown passes from the cheap seats and expected them to come down with it.
As you saw with starting this quarter, Cathedral came out in their full court press. You could only think that they will continue that, or at least consistent ball pressure, being down 9 with 5:45 left to go. Urgency is key.
And there's that urgency. Klein challenged Jacobs, and Jacobs gets it to Thomas. Catherine Klein, she hasn't done much on offense today, but she is leading the defense right now. She was playing near half court with Thomas, and double dribble on Denia Jacobs. There's yet another turnover by the Warriors. And Caleb, they got to clean it up. They don't want to get the Fighting Irish back in this game.
Not at all. Stacey Mitchell, you can see the emotion on his face right now. He is not happy with this team with 5:30 remaining.
A coach that wants to win this game badly on the road and get a second straight win against this team. Gold gets hit hard. Ball off the arms of Lewis. It was a nice pass by Gold, as Lewis was wide open, but Lewis just didn't catch the egg. It rolled out of bounds. 5:16 on the clock. Both teams are looking forward to their next game after today. Warren Central will have Center Grove coming up on Friday. Maybe they'll be 3-0 going into the match. Jacobs gets blocked, and guess who? It's Taylor Lewis. Sending it back like a volleyball. And then Layla Gold coast to coast. It's a 7-point game. May have to check Taylor Lewis's pockets after the game. She might have a 4-leaf clover in there.
And this is not what you want if you're Stacey Mitchell and Warren. Being up 7.
And what a layup by Danielle Jacobs. She responds.
A great answer from the freshman.
She's calm and collected, unlike a freshman, more like a veteran player. There's a corner, wide open, 3-ball, and there's a rebound by Lewis. Ball tipped up in the air. And there's a foul. Correction, it was not Lewis. That was Catherine Klein that got the board. Taylor Lewis got a rebound, and now she's heading to the line. These are big free throws. There have been so many points left out on the court today by the Irish because they cannot been able to convert on their free throw attempts.
Shooting 57% from the line on the season. You would understand why.
Well, there's a butter with that roll from Taylor Lewis. So 8-point game now. It was a double-digit lead coming into the fourth quarter at 11 for the Warriors. Second one is pure. 7-point game, and Lisa Finn wants to talk it out. This has been a fun game, and Caleb, we both knew going to the fourth quarter it was not going to be easy before Warren Central just walk away with the win, especially on the road. Cathedral's gotten themselves back into it.
No, not at all. It would not have been easy for Warren, especially with Taylor Lewis's recent involvement in this game, where she has almost not been involved all game. She has stepped it up, as you mentioned, with filling the stat sheet completely in the last 4 minutes. And that's all you need from Cathedral, being down 7 with 4:19 remaining. You need consistency.
Taylor Lewis, the box score stuffer here in the fourth quarter. And you're right, for the first 3 quarters, not say her name too often, maybe a couple rebounds here and there. But ever since you mentioned, if we have not said her name, that's all of a sudden she started playing out of this world. But over here for Warren Central, you say Stacey Mitchell from where we're sitting, we're behind the basket that Warren Central is trying to score in right now. Stacey Mitchell has his clipboard on the ground. He was drawing up some plays. What is he telling his team, especially as they have watched Cathedral cut back into this game?
He is telling his team right now, we need to clean it up, Andrew. They need to stop with the turnover, especially with this ball pressure that Cathedral has put on. Their team is quick enough to not allow these turnovers.
Here's the press. They get it in to Jacobs. Jacobs being guarded tightly by Wilson. Wilson on her like white on rice. Tossed up, no good. Ball on the ground. Baxter has it. Baxter attacking Gold. 2 Indy superstars. Tossed, and it's no good, but it is a foul on Layla Gold. It's a 7-point game with 3:54 to go. These are crucial free throws for Warren Central at this point. They want to build it back to a 9-point lead.
And with that 9-point lead and every second ticks off, the fate for this game for Cathedral just fades away.
And that's something that Cathedral was looking for. That ball rolled out on Asaya Baxter. Thomas is back in, and Paige Highball will head out. 7-point game. Let's see if this free throw can make it an 8-point game. And it does. Baxter makes the adjustment, finds the bottom of the net. Cathedral looking for their best scorer to step up here. Gold had it, and he got it to Wilson. Cross court. Gold gonna try hand it at a 3. It's good! Layla Gold cashes it in. 5-point game.
The moment is not too big for her, Andrew. You can see she is trying to will her team to a victory and a comeback at that.
As a Bulls fan, I have to go to the old saying Stacey King always goes to, big-time players make big-time plays, and Amani Benson makes a big play. What a dish from Danelle Jacobs.
The freshman has been involved all night, and she, as you mentioned earlier, does not look like a freshman.
Way downtown. No good. That's from the parking lot. Here comes Jacobs. Jacobs goes up, and it's good! Danelle Jacobs, the freshman, standing tall and proud. 9-point game again. Lines up a 3. It's off. Saved by Beasley. Ball on the ground. And it's recovered by Jacobs. Who else? Danelle Jacobs putting the team on her back. She sees the lane, attacks Gold, and Gold blocks it. Sent back like a bad fruitcake. And Benson with the foul. That's the 7th foul. So I wonder if that's going to be a 1-and-1 situation for Layla Gold. It is 1-and-1. And that's also interesting to think about, too. 4th foul on Amani Benson. 1 more, and she's done for the rest of the night. 1-and-1. So if Layla Gold misses the first one, it is a free ball. So she has to knock down the first one to get a second one. Gold lines it up. It is good. 8-point game late in the 4th. The Irish will be in the bonus for the rest of the game. Layla Gold had herself a great night. Let's see if she can add on to it. And 2 clutch free throws find the bottom of the basket. We're at a 7-point discrepancy. Start to feel the anxiety. Thomas goes up, It's off. And then, of course, Taylor Lewis gets the ball. She's going to have to bring it up after Sanaa Thomas forced her to. Cross court to Wilson. Wilson being guarded by Baxter. Baxter, Gold. Gold getting guarded by Jacobs, the freshman. She attacks the lane, tosses it, and it's good! And one! She is pumped up! Layla Gold goes right through the teeth of that very tough defense. Shows off her strength and gets the and one call. It's a 5-point game, and this free throw can make it a 4-point game.
The 6-foot senior is not letting her team lay down and quit right now. Well, as you said, a 5-point game, potentially a 4-point game if this free throw knocks down with 2 minutes remaining.
Takes a deep breath. Here's the free throw. And it's good. The old-fashioned 3-point play. 4-point game. Lisa Finn burns her second to last timeout, and it is cooking in Cathedral. If you're watching IndianaHighSchoolSports.com, don't go anywhere.
Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
I drive a 2022 Telluride Nightfall Edition. I love it. So when we found out we were having twins, we knew we needed a bigger car with a third row. So the Telluride with the captain's chairs fits perfectly with our family. It gets great gas mileage. Actually, we went to Holiday World and got averaged about 29 miles a gallon. I like the lane keep assist because sometimes kids can distract you and you're not noticing what you're doing and it beeps at you.
Don't count them out. Cathedral, after scoring just 6 points in the third quarter, have come roaring back to make it a 4-point game. Wilson, she's pressing Sanaa Thomas. Thomas moving it up the floor. She lost it, but was able to regain it. They get the Baxter, getting guarded by Lewis. 2 skyscrapers, runs into Layla Gold. Jacobs loses it. Klein moving her feet, ball on the ground off the foot, and it's recovered by Cathedral. Here comes Layla Gold. She's going to the lane, left hand, too strong. Rebound Lewis, and a foul is called on Baxter. That is the 9th foul on Warren Central. So, one more foul, double bonus for the Irish. Lewis knocked down her last 2 free throws. But if she misses the first one, could be rebounded by Warren Central. This was a lot like last year's game. Deja vu, if you were here for Cathedral in Warren Central just a season ago. That is good. It's a friendly roll off the glass and into the basket, 3-point game. But last year we talked about it. It was Warren Central for the entire game. Cathedral came roaring back and lost by just 3 points as they started hitting a lot of threes at the end of the game, led by Katie Bremer in that game. It's a 2-point game if you can believe it. It was once an 11-point lead by the Warriors. We have 90 seconds to go. Baxter, here's a 3 from high ball. It's off. Benson tips it up. Rebound by Lewis. They could tie the game or even take the lead.
Lewis once again being involved, Andrew. She has not went away this quarter.
Layla Gold wants it. Gets it to Wilson. Wilson, Gold, here comes the double team, and she's fouled! High ball with a reach-in foul. Double bonus for Cathedral, and possibly the biggest free throws of the game. 1:05 to go. Cathedral has 1 timeout to work with. Warren Central has 2. Here's 2 free throws as it gets really quiet in the gym here at Cathedral High School. And Layla Gold puts the first one in. She is not nervous at all. Student section getting into it. Cheerleaders can hear from underneath us. It is a tied game. Ball on the ground, Beasley with the steal. Beasley tosses it up. No good. And out of bounds on Taylor Lewis, but almost so close where Abby Beasley had a steal and the go-ahead bucket. 44-44 in the fourth quarter. Student section is standing up, stomping their feet, clapping their hands. The defending student section champions. And there's going to be an offensive foul on Jacobs. She extended her arm and pushed off of Jada Wilson. Work hard, play hard. Those saying that Jada Wilson goes by. And timeout, Stacy Mitchell. He needs to talk it over with 56 seconds to go. Caleb, how's this last 50 seconds gonna go?
As you can see, Stacy Mitchell is really going to get into his team right now. All he had to do was stand there and just look disappointed. He called that timeout, and now, as you see, he is talking to his team that they need to limit the turnovers. This quarter, they have been very lackadaisical with offensive fouls, defensive fouls, and bad passes. Cathedral's managed to capitalize on that and bring this to a tie game with 56 seconds to go. And Andrew, you can only be happy if you're Lisa Finn, right?
Lisa Finn has seen her team fight all the way back, down 11 heading into this fourth quarter. Her team had only scored 6 points in the third. They have tripled that with 18 here in the fourth quarter. Incredible run by Cathedral.
And as you mentioned earlier, the student section is standing right now, especially with #1 high school recruit right now, Xavier Booker, in attendance.
Yeah, you can see him. Usually he can stand out amongst the crowd. The Michigan State come in, seeing if the women's team can get the win. And we'll be seeing Xavier Booker later on this season on Valentine's Day. So mark that down in your calendar for 2023. Gold gets it into Beasley. After the offensive foul on Denia Jacobs, Cathedral has an opportunity to have their first lead. They have not led in this game. Gold being guarded tightly by Baxter. Gold now picked up by Benson. 37 seconds. Cathedral's just taking their time. Layla Gold now from half court. Goes to her left. There's no shot clock, so they can wait it out the entire time. Gold was trying to go down the lane. We're now at 25 seconds. I'm starting to wonder if the Irish are going to go for one final shot. And Baxter with the foul. Mitchell can't believe it. The head coach of Warren Central is wondering why his best player just fouled Layla Gold to send it to the line for 2 automatically.
Baxter was playing tight defense that whole possession, and Layla Gold was dribbling the ball out for a good 25 seconds, so you can't ask much more from Baxter, but a terrible foul.
Layla Gold's first free throw goes in and out.
We've seen Cathedral struggle all year, especially in their season opener with free throws. And Layla Gold has not struggled tonight, but with that miss there, you think she needs to focus on the next one.
Well, after she missed the first one, Stacy Mitchell burns his second to last timeout. So both sides have 1 timeout apiece. Cathedral has 1 more free throw to work with. And if they knock it down, be their first lead of the game. Caleb, how have they done it? How have they gotten themselves back into the game and having an opportunity to take the lead?
Well, they capitalized on the Warren turnovers, and they pushed in transition, not allowing this physical and aggressive and stellar Warren defense to get set. Transition offense has been huge for Cathedral, and you can only think for Stacy Mitchell that they're drawing up a play right now to capitalize on the offensive end, make or miss for Cathedral.
And for Warren Central, who's it going to be? Who's going to be a player that steps up in a big-time play? Either down 1 or still tied at 44. Who's it going to be? You're looking at your sheet. Which name's standing out to you?
I think right now you have to go to Denia Jacobs, one of your best scorers, but you never know. Danielle Jacobs has stepped up huge. The freshman could be a big factor in this next offensive possession.
On the floor is Sanaa Thomas, Shea Baxter, Denia Jacobs, Danielle Jacobs, and Amani Benson for Warren Central. But the one Cathedral player that matters the most right now is Layla Gold. She has one free throw. It is good. First lead for Cathedral. We have 19 seconds on the clock. Can Warren Central win on the road? Baxter looks up at the clock, gets it to Thomas, gets it back to Baxter. Baxter's gonna go toss up. Boy, back with a bow and a travel. They call it a travel. It's gonna be Warren Central ball with 4.3 seconds.
Jada Wilson was in a tough spot there, trapped by the Warren defense in the corner. She had 2 defenders and a sideline, nearly 3 defenders on her.
Timeout, Lisa Finn and the Fighting Irish. Man, oh man, this game just keeps getting better. Because you are watching the IndianaHighSchoolSports.com in a classic game that will be watched for ages, Caleb.
With 4.3 seconds left, Andrew, you think Stacey Mitchell would have to draw up a play, but they're in a tight spot coming out of that corner. It is almost like an extra defender. That inbound passer must be, I would say, Denia Jacobs. If she's one of your tallest, or Asaya Baxter. You have to get it to one of your best scorers and have one of your tallest players inbounding the ball.
And to kind of go what has happened in this game, the Irish were down 11 heading into the fourth. They have come all the way back to take a 1-point lead. They could have the best fourth quarter of the season and still walk away with a tough loss to Warren Central, especially if Warren Central can get a bucket down just 1 point. They're going to let Sanaa Thomas inbound the ball. Looks like they're going to double team Baxter. Benson setting the backdoor screen. They get it to Jacobs. Jacobs gets fouled. Denia Jacobs gets pushed in the back and will head to the line for 1 and 1. No, correction. That was just a 6th foul. They need 7. That is correction.
That was a smart foul, Andrew. Only their 6th foul, so they would need to be no 1 and 1. They would have to be forced to inbound with 2.7.
2.7. Can Warren Central win it at the buzzer? Thomas gets it into Jacob. Jacob tosses it up. It's off the mark. And Cathedral completes the comeback with an ecstatic slam from Taylor Lewis. And Cathedral is pumped up. And what a way to start the season at home. Incredible. The Cathedral Fighting Irish comeback to start their home season. And what a way. That team just showed that they're going to be a tough team to beat in the Indianapolis area. They showed heart, they showed grit, and because of it, Caleb, they get the W.
Yes, and they remain undefeated. And as you mentioned, Warren's upcoming schedule earlier, Cathedral will be taking on Jennings County this Saturday, where they will look to improve to 3-0.
Cathedral now 2-0. You got Jennings County, as Caleb just mentioned. For Warren Central, they're now 2-1. They will face Center Grove on Friday. For Caleb Gross, I'm Andrew Miles. Thank you for tuning in to this broadcast on IndianaHighSchoolSports.com. We will see you next time for more women's basketball this season. Thanks for tuning in, and have a good night.
Drive home your new Kia from the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland Avenue. We have brand new Kias arriving daily.
Plus, we have a huge selection of certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from.
And payments as low as $199 a month.
We service all makes and models.
And we'll buy your old car on the spot. Right, Oscar?
Y hablamos español.
Come see us at the all-new Ray Skillman Northeast Kia on Shadeland Avenue.
It's not just a car dealership for me. This is my dealership.
Just minutes from anywhere in Indy. Or online at rayskillmanshadeland.com.
Hi, I'm Steve Hartley, owner and founder of High Gear Marketing, a digital advertising company focusing on data to help businesses improve market share and drive new customers. Are you tired with the lack of accountability from your current vendors? Are you frustrated with your return on investment? Well, my program is different. You actually don't pay unless you sell something. High Gear Marketing takes all the risk. You have zero to lose. If you're interested, text me at 317-523-4100. Looking for training that makes a difference? Then Genesis Sports Performance is for you. Whether you're a grade school, high school, or college athlete, or just looking to get back into shape, Genesis has customized programs providing rapid gains in strength and conditioning, speed and agility. Genesis features a 7,000 square foot facility with state-of-the-art weight room and huge turf surface. Call Genesis at 386-7459 or visit them at genesissportsperformance.com.
Universal Roofing and Exteriors is a family-owned and operated business, providing care and honest service for over 30 years. Universal has always been a little bit different. Their certified and trained employees don't just provide excellent work at a fair low price. They care about their customers, simply providing great customer service. Quality, honesty, dependability. That's Universal Roofing and Exteriors. Call us today at 317-257-0779.